A dark village in Indonesia. Shahin, a 29 years old young man, set out for a remote village in the Banten province for the first time in July 2013. He didn't even know the name of the village because the locals always warned outsiders to stay away. The road of the village was mountainous, covered in mist. There were no street lights, and the cold air mixed with the fog felt strangely unsettling. Only the faint swaying of distant trees and the occasional tapping of branch could be heard. His friend Rasa brought him there, saying he wanted to show him some traditional experience. But the moment Shahin arrived, she sensed something was wrong. At the village entrance, a wooden signboard read, "Outsiders not allowed to ask questions. The night belongs to them." Shahin noticed that the villagers' eye had deep black ring around them instead of normal eye color. It looked as if an invisible fire was burning inside. From the very beginning, a strange mixture of heat and cold spread through his body, creating fear. The silence of the village pressed down on his mind in an unnatural way. No birds chirped, no dogs barked. Even the sound of the wind felt absorbed by the whole village. Shahin realized that something beyond the natural world was controlling this place. Shahin and Rasa stayed in a small house. There was no mirror inside, not even reflections in water vessels. When Shahin asked the old caretaker woman, "Why are there no mirrors?" she replied, "Eyes are not meant to see themselves, but to see fate." Shahin understood that in this village, identity and reality were deliberately controlled. The air inside the house was still. Shadows in the corner seemed to move on their own. At night, black cloths were tied to bamboo poles across the village. Chickens, frogs, and wooden masks were placed on the ground as a strange offering. The entire village was silent. No children cried, no dogs made a sound. The combination of the fog and silence created an eerie, terrifying atmosphere. Before midnight, the villagers gathered at the sacred location. A single kerosene lamp cast a bullish, unnatural glow over everything. The ritual leader, Emba, chanted some ancient words, like, "Those who came from afar, those who see without permission, those who hear without right, must choose the soul or the memory." Shahin realized these words were meant for him. He felt a strange invisible force pressing heavily across his entire body. During the ritual, a woman sat there, with her lips sewn shut with black thread. She couldn't speak, but sounds came from her as if the air itself was breaking open. Shahin thought she was dead, but she was alive, and the expression in her eyes did not belong to a human. Shahin could do nothing. He tried to run, but his legs wouldn't move. He tried to scream, but his mouth wouldn't open. The darkness of the night, the silent presence of the villagers, and the lifeless environment inside and outside the house created a terrifying unnatural tension. The next morning, 3 young men and 1 child from the village were missing. The villagers only said, "They have chosen." Shahin realized that people in this village did not act by their own will. Something unseen controlled them. Actually, Shahin managed to escape the village, but his mental state was horrifying. Large part of his memory had faded. At night, he kept hearing strange voices, like someone was standing right beside him. Shahin said, "When I look in the mirror, my reflection was moved a second late. That is not me. I didn't escape. They sent me back. People think I survived, but I know I returned as someone else. Shahin reported that even after leaving the village, the woman with sewn lips appeared in his dream repeatedly. Every night, it felt like someone leaned close and whispered into his ear. In his diary, he wrote, I know I am alive, but my inner self has become someone else. I didn't escape, they returned me. From Shahin's testimony, it is clear that these ritualistic and black magic based village practices are not just stories meant to escape people. They can truly affect a person's perception, memory, behavior, and mental state. Shahin's final words were, even after leaving the village, I know they never let go of me. They only returned my body. I am alive, but I know I will never be the same again.